All right, guys, 17-4, work together. I've got quite a few formulas right here that are also in your textbook. You can go in and find those if you need them. And I've already typed up, basically I just copied this information here and typed it in my Excel spreadsheet. You don't necessarily, when you do this, have to type all the labels. I just wanted it to, so when I was talking to you, it'd be easier to find and stuff, okay? These are all the numbers we're going to use. Like I said, they're just a direct copy from here. All right, so we are analyzing the financial information. We're looking at earnings per share, dividend yield, price earnings ratio, and it says round to the nearest 0.01%, so the nearest hundredth. It says round the PE ratio to the nearest tenth. Okay, so we'll need to make sure we read those, and then you evaluate each ratio relative to prior year. All right, so first thing we've got, earnings per share. Okay, so to me this one's pretty simple. What are your earnings divided by? Per is always divided by, okay, per shares. So our earnings are 148 and we have 40,000 shares. So over here, if you've already got all your numbers typed up, you can say equal our earnings, 148,000, divided by our number of shares, which is 40,000. When you hit enter, oh, I've got it set up to percent. It should not be percent. That should be money. So 370. And if I click right here, 370. All right. So $3.70 is our earnings for 40,000 shares. So 148,000 divided by 40,000. So if you owned a piece of this company, if you had a share, you would have made $3.70 for each one. Okay. So is this an increase over the prior year? It was 326. It is now 370, and the answer is yes. I went through to look at these to make sure I understood what was going on, and I can't delete them. I haven't figured out how to do that yet. So sorry for it already being there. Okay. And then over here, it says your earnings per share increased. Okay. So we know it increased. It went from 326 to 370. By 13.5% over the prior year, and that is a favorable trend. Okay, that makes sense. The more earnings you have per share, the bigger the number is going to be, which is a good thing. All right, so the next one, dividend yield. Okay, dividend yield is a little bit less obvious what the formula is going to be, so you might have to get this one memorized. It is your dividends, okay, divided by the market price. All right, so our dividends in this case are $248 and our market price is $37.90. So we are going to come over here and we're going to say equal our dividends, $248, divided by our market price of $37.90. Okay, and that should be a percent. So I'm going to come over here and change this back to percent and increase, did it say dividend yield is hundredth? So 6.544, so it'll be 6.54. Okay, yay, there we go. All right, so you just take your dividends divided by your market price. All right, is that an increase over prior year? It was 6.63, now it's 6.5, so an increase? No. Okay, so it went down. So the small decline in the dividend yield is an unfavorable trend. So you want your yield to go up and up and up, and it went down. So that's not a good thing. Okay, the percentage that you got back. All right. All right, next one, price earnings ratio. So if you look up here, I've got the formula. It is your market price divided by earnings. Okay, so down here, I've got my equal sign. My market price is $37.90. divided by my earnings, which is your income. Okay, so this is supposed to be, what did I do wrong? Market price divided by earnings. I should have written up here earnings per share. That got confusing. So we calculated our earnings per share earlier. It was 370. So we're going to take our market price and divide it by our earnings per share, that 370. And that should be 1023. There's your 10.2. Okay, so it was 9.5 and it went up to 10.2, so yes, that is an increase. All right, so the increase in the PE, price earnings ratio, indicates that the financial markets have placed a higher value on the company's stock, and that is a favorable trend. Okay, so your market price divided by your earnings, if that goes up, that's a good thing, and the markets think that your company stock is worth more. All right, so now down here we've got a few more ratios. We've got working capital. So working capital is your current assets minus your current liabilities. And if you remember, current assets are things that you can dispose of real quickly. Cash, your supplies, things like that. Current liabilities are your accounts payable that you owe somebody and you're going to be paying them off within the next month. Okay, so working capital, it's not your buildings or your loans that you're going to pay out over 30 years. It's easy money, okay, that you actually work with and then goes in and out of your banking accounts. Okay, so current assets minus current liabilities. So our current assets are 604 minus our current liabilities of 418, which is 186. Okay, 186, 491. So working capital. Is that within target range? So it's supposed to be within 150 and 200. So that is a yes. Okay, current ratio. So kind of similar, except instead of subtracting, we're dividing. So you're going to take your current assets divided by your current liabilities. So again, equal current assets divided by current liabilities. And this needs to be a percent. So I'm going to come up here and change it to a percent, and it says to the nearest hundredth. Okay, let's see if that's right. 1.45. Okay, so that's right. If I didn't make this a percent, if I left it just a regular old number, that's what the number would be, 1.445, which is your 1.45. Okay, so round ratios to the nearest 0.01. I wonder why they did it like that. But if you think about it, 100% and then 44 would be 1.44. So, I mean, it's just a kind of different way to put it on there. All right, so 1.45 is your current ratio. Is that within? No, it should be lower. Let's see if I'm right. Yay. Okay, and the last one, quick ratio. So our quick ratio, we take our quick assets and divide it by our current liabilities. Well, quick assets is not in that list of information that they gave us up here. So a formula for quick assets, it's in your book, is your cash, shouldn't say and, it should be plus your accounts receivable. Okay, so basically all the money you have on hand plus what you should be getting quickly. Your accounts receivable, what people owe you and you should be receiving soon. So you add those up and you divide by your current liabilities. Okay. Oh, I lied. They did give us quick assets. My bad. Oh well. So equals your quick assets divided by your current liabilities. Okay. So again, I don't know why they're not putting it as a decimal. I guess probably because it's 100 and something %. So that's a little bit confusing. But 1.16 is your answer. Okay, so is it within target range? 1.16 is between 1 and 1.5, so that is a yes. Okay, and that should do it.